I am visible now?
Yes, you are visible, sir.
And
Yes.
full screen?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Spurti Patil, director, ma'am is also have joined sir.
Hello,
Yes.
madam, hello.
Good evening.
Finally we met online.
Yes.
Okay.
Hope you are doing fine.
Hello? Yeah?
Good
Madam, tell me.
good evening, sir.
Good evening. I don't know where I have to search for. Now it is visible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening, one and all. Pranam. Saraswati Mahabhage Vidhe Kamal Lochane Vidya Rupe Vishalakshi Vidyamadehi Namostute. With humble pranam to Goddess Saraswati, I take the opportunity to welcome and introduce Mr. Mahesh Masalji. Mr. Mahesh Masal is on a mission to inspire millions of lives towards happy and meaningful life. Mr. Masal's life belief has always been one life, live rich and die empty. Till now, Mr. Masal has reached lakhs of youth, thousands of teachers and parents and has a clientele base of 64 top corporate companies in the country. Mr. Masal sir is a human mindset expert, transforming human mindset expert for good of humanity. Mr. Masal is a professional counselor, youth coach, keynote speaker, lovable teacher and author. Mr. Masal sir has completed his MBA and Masters in Counseling and Psychotherapy. Mr. Masal sir has been giving life lessons through his YouTube channel Mahesh Masal. Mr. Masal sir strongly believes in God connects right people at right time for right purpose. विद्या सबसे बड़ा धन है, बांटने पर कभी कम नहीं होता बल्कि बढ़ता है. इस सिद्धांत को अपनाते हुए उजाला देने की मशाल सदैव श्रीमान मसाल जी की रही है. आप प्रबल सशक्त और प्रबल वक्ता है. आप ऐसी हस्ती है जिनकी सराहना के लिए शब्द और अल्फाज कम है. हर सेशन में अपने गागर में साकर भरने का काम किया है. थैंक यू सर फॉर टेकिंग टाइम एंड ज्वाइनिंग अस. वी आर ग्लैड टू हैव यू हियर टुडे विथ अस. वी वेलकम यू सर.
Asha madam.
Welcome dynamic personality Dr. Spurti Patil ma'am, Director of Suresh Shandy Education Foundation. We welcome you ma'am. Thank you. I also welcome Raju Joshi sir, Administrator of Suresh Shandy Education Foundation. I welcome all proud parents. Over to you sir.
Yeah, Asha madam, to continue your शायरी, इसीलिए हमारा to continue your शायरी ना on me like, इसीलिए हमारा weight रोज बढ़ रहा है. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
In fact, I am so blessed to be part of this institution because I remember the great man behind this, Suresh Shandy sir, right?
Yes.
Because whenever I met him, I always promised him that I'll do something for the school. And he's such a great soul, and I prayed that his soul rests in abode of Shiva, right?
Okay, thank you.
And I'm sure such a wonderful person, he must be with Shiva now, right? That is what I believe.
Thank you sir.
Right?
Thank you.
So my commitment was there for Angadi sir, like that I'll do whatever possible from my side for the school development. That is how I could talk to teachers other day. Now it is parents. Okay. Only problem with the online is all faces are not visible, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know who we are talking to, like. Okay. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ, ಹಿಂದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ, ಮಿಕ್ಸರ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ, ಮುಂದೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರು ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, आगे जो बैठा है, I mean, see, अभी मैडम, she says Kannada means no, Hindi means yes. I can understand that. So I'll mix Kannada, English, Hindi, wherever it is, right?
Yes.
And parents, don't listen to my words, because words we always forget. Please listen to the feelings behind it. And you understand? Please listen to the feelings behind it. And even, see, there are two things. One is, either you do parenting or you be a mother. The moment you start doing parenting, your head is being used. But when you become a mother, it is your heart that is being used. Okay, and I don't believe in this parenting tips at all. But still I have to give a topic as parenting tips. Right? If you really love your children, okay, you don't need any training. Okay, God will manifest through you and give training to you. Right? So that is what I believe in. But still, since we have to be here for 90 minutes, let me throw some light on what are the possibilities of the future. Right? And how we should be prepared.
Yes.
So before we go to the future, let us understand the past. Right? Because all parents, including me, we are the product of the past. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜೀವನ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಹಿಂಗಾಗಿದೆ. Right? हम जो भी आज है वो हमारा past. Right, sir? And using the knowledge, experience and thoughts of the past, we are trying to manage the future. ये नहीं होने वाला. ये very key. Right? So unless you know the future, unless you understand the future, don't expect that you can manage your children the way you want it. Not possible. Right? Because we are product of the past. So if you look at the education system, okay, because we need to understand the past. And parents, I will not be seeing you live like, so I will be talking to 4 or 5 people. Don't ever feel that I am not giving you attention. Right? I can't, because I don't know. Clear? So, but still, just keep on listening to me. Right? Okay. And some of you have to mute yourself because there is a lot of noise coming up. You have to mute, or else the administrator, like whoever is taking care, computer person.
Vinayak sir can mute.
Yeah.
Please mute them.
Yes,
बीच में विघ्न बहुत आ रहे हैं, थोड़ा विनाश कर.
yes, ma'am. Who's have to mute, ma'am?
You have to mute all except Mahesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just all-
Everybody you mute, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Everyone is mute only, and even they can't unmute, sir.
You become so strict. Huh? Very good. Okay. So now let's listen. Okay, Asha madam, keep talking to me. Even Smruti madam, keep talking to me in between. Otherwise, I'll be lost. Right? Okay. Right. So now, if you look at the Indian education system, go back to the Gurukul system. Right. So when you say Gurukul system, that is before independence, around 1000 years back, 500 years back. Right. How are the tests conducted to take a student into the Gurukul? The first condition in any Gurukul is, whoever approaches the Guru, they have to be given admission. There was no entrance exam, please understand. Whether it is a Raja's son or it is some Sipai's son, both are to be given admission. Okay, into the Gurukul. जो Gurukul होता है ना, उसमें admission देना पड़ेगा उसको. But it doesn't mean that he gets admission in the classroom. He will be in the Gurukul. That area he will be admitted, but he will not be allowed to come inside the classroom. He will be allowed to come inside the classroom only when his intellect is ready to receive what Guru says. Right? Till that time he is not allowed to enter. So what will be given? He will be asked to bring wood from the jungles, or he may be asked to clean the ashram, or he may be asked to cook the food, or he may be asked to wash the utensils, or he may be asked to wash the cloths, or he may be asked to go to jungle and bring fruits. These were the works that are given to those students who are not eligible to enter the class. And those who are eligible to enter the class, they were inside with the Guru. And there was Samvad happening. Samvad is question answer session. Right? Teacher will ask question and student will ask question. There will be Samvad between teacher and student. Right? What about outsiders? They will be doing all that activity for some time. When Guru finds that, hey, this fellow is ready now, this boy is ready, let me take him inside the class, he will take him inside the class. But today, we don't have an option like that. Whoever comes into our admissions, we put them into the classroom. That's where the teachers get confused. They say there are A category, B category, C category students. But actually, in principle, they are not there. Only the receptive capacity is different. Right. See, one of the tests that is given by Guru is a student was asked to go to the jungle. He was asked to go to jungle, okay, and stay there for 6 months. He will be asked to stay there for 6 months. What is the assignment given? In 6 months' time, whatever he listens, whatever the sound he listens, he has to write them and come back. That is the only test. So when this boy goes to the jungle, he stays in jungle for 6 months. That itself is a great achievement, because whether he listens to the sounds or no, he will develop courage. He will develop courage to stay alone in the jungle. And he stays in the woods somewhere and he starts writing down what all he listens to. And after 6 months, he comes back to the Guru and gives him that sheet of paper, okay, and says, Guruji, I listened to all these sounds in the jungle. What are the sounds? I listened to lion roaring, okay, birds chirping, whatever it is. And night, crickets, like the small, they make noise, so all those things he writes down. So he writes a list of 50 noises sounds that he listens in the jungle. Then Guruji, see, he is waiting, the boy is waiting. Guruji will give me admission inside now. Then Guruji says, no. Guruji says, you are afraid. Then boy is surprised, I have written all the noises, all the sounds that are possible, and Guruji saying, I am afraid. Then he is sent again back to the jungle. He says, now go back to jungle again, but now this time, whatever you have written, don't write them. Other than that, what you listen. Other than those sounds, whatever you have written, 40, 50 sounds, this time when you go to 6 months again in the jungle, you have to write something beyond that. Then this boy again goes back to the jungle, stays for 6 months, then this time he is very curious. And he is so calm, quite clear, because he has to listen to those sounds which he has not listened in the last visit. And some lion roars, he is not interested now. Some insect makes noise in the night, he is not interested, okay, because he has already listened to that. Right, so this time he writes different sounds and he comes back to the Guru. And Guru, when he reads it, he says, now you are ready for my class. What he must have written, that boy must have written in that particular sheet of paper. This time he writes, I can listen to the sunrise. I can listen to the dewdrop falling from one leaf to other leaf. I can listen to the dance of the trees. Can you understand? So now, this boy is more focused, that is why a teacher will take him into the classroom. Okay. My question to all parents today is, whether your children are like that today? Are they on the receiving end? Any school or college, because I travel throughout India, I am telling you, this receiving is very important. Otherwise, there is enough syllabus. But how many of them listen? And the teacher has to go inside the class and say, all of you pay attention, don't go outside the window, come back here. These instructions are not required, right? They have to become good listeners. But today, we have lost that chance. Moment they see, this was the system which we went through, okay, before independence. Then came the British system of education, Macaulay system of education. So beautifully these Britishers took out wonderful things from Indian education. Today also most of the people don't realize it. They only say, Macaulay system of education, so now new education policy, change it. But can you really go deep into this system, education system, and find out what was removed in that particular system? The first thing they removed is, from Indian education system is, risk-taking ability. That is why look at all mothers looking at my session today. You always, whether you tell your children to jump or you tell them to not to jump. Suppose your boy is jumping from the table. What is the first word that comes from your mouth? You say, no, don't jump. And stop. This is how is the approach. If that boy would have jumped, the physically the what hurt. But more than getting physically hurt, you have hurt him mentally and made him to understand, don't take risk in life. But when he graduates, you will start advising him. You have to take risk when he graduates. But in the school days, what will you do? You will tell him not to take risk. My dear teachers and my dear parents, please don't think that you don't have any role to play because you have put them into best school. You have a bigger role to play because they want to learn from you. Right? So the first thing that teachers took out is risk-taking ability they took out. The second thing, so beautifully they took out is understanding. They don't want you to understand anything. That is why this memory concept came. By heart up to by part. You remember, okay, go to exams and vomit it out, get the marks and finish it off. So all the parents, you are interested in the memory of your children. Killer he is very good in memory. 1 to 10 tables he can tell. 10 tables. What is the use? No, he can tell from first chapter, last chapter, everything. What is the use if you have not understood it? So understanding is missing totally in today's education. And parents, we are all victim of that. Right? And the next beautiful thing that is missing amongst the children today is questioning attitude. They don't know how to question. You go to any class, okay, maybe in junior classes they will question. But when you go to degree college, go to an engineering college, and the chief guest will at the end of the class, he will ask, any questions you have? Nobody will ask questions. Because the system has made him so perfect that don't ask questions. Questions are not required. Hey, questions are the things which made our Indian education system. Today questions are missing in the class. And even parents, you don't want children to ask questions. If it is beyond your knowledge, you get angry on them. If you tell them, hey, don't ask me such questions. Is it in your syllabus? Don't ask them. Right, so questioning is stopped. So these are the three things. One is risk-taking. Second one is understanding. Third one is question. Other day I was talking to faculty members, I was telling why question is so important. You know Dr. C.V. Raman, one of the greatest personalities of the country, right? He is basically a physics person, plus mathematician, plus a musician, right? C.V. Raman was a simple man, very simple man. Okay, nobody knew about him. During his period, Lord Rayleigh did an invention. He got a Nobel Prize for that. What did he find out? He found out that why sky is blue. Why sky is blue. So Lord Rayleigh made this invention and finally he got Nobel Prize for that. And do you know, like anybody will write a letter to Nobel laureate and ask the question? It's very rare. People will accept him as it is. But this crazy fellow, C.V. Raman, I call him crazy fellow only, right? Because there may be C.V. Raman at your home also, who is asking always odd questions. Always odd questions, right? And he will always discourage you. Right? But this C.V. Raman sent a letter to Lord Rayleigh asking him, if sky is blue, then why sea is blue? If sky is blue, then why sea is blue? Then after a few days, Lord Rayleigh writes a letter back, maybe his secretary wrote a letter back based on his instruction. He says, sky is blue, okay, and sea is blue because it is the reflection of the sky. Akashada pratibimba, adake neeli, samudra neeli agide. It is a reflection of the sky. When the Nobel laureate writes an answer, okay, and he gives a feedback, do you think anybody will have courage to tell him you are wrong? Only crazy people can do that. And this crazy person, C.V. Raman, he said, no, I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't agree for this. Then it is easy to tell like that, I don't agree. And most of the time we don't agree on so many things, but do we do work on that? We don't work. We'll only argue and finish it up. Most of the time this happens. But this person, C.V. Raman, start working on that, start doing his research on it. Okay? And after so many years, he found out why C is blue. And that is Raman effect. Can you understand? That is Raman effect. And he got the Nobel Prize for that. C.V. Raman got the Nobel Prize for the same image. So this one question, if sky is blue, then why sea is blue? This one question led C.V. Raman to get Nobel Prize. And parents, please understand how many questions your children will be asking at home, and how many of you have patience to answer them. What do we say? Don't ask me questions. Go there, sit there. Don't disturb me. Go to your papa. Then papa will say, go to your mummy. Then if grandfather, grandmother are there, then both of you together, go to your ajja. Then mother will say, go to ajja, but don't go to ajji. That is the problem. Right? Because they don't gel well. Mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. This is the problem. So these children start searching for what to do alone. This is where the problem is. Especially during these corona times, every child is looking for what to do now. How to pass time. Nobody is interested in me. Okay, everybody is busy with their own world. Nobody interested in me. If there was a school, I would have done so many things. Right? But school cannot invite you. Then these children are frustrated. And research says there is depression with the children during corona times. Lot of depression. And parents have withdrawn from all this and they say like, हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Corona आ गया ना, हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Madam and all the teachers, all the fathers and mothers, please understand, we know what is corona, but so they don't know what is corona. Maybe during our times when we were children, some pandemic took place, but we never remember that. Can you understand? So please understand, you need to be open to them and allow them to ask questions. Right? And this British education, they removed 3 more things. Wow, beautifully they removed. The first thing they removed from the education system is life education. There is no life education anywhere. You ask any child today what is life, he cannot answer. Because neither the teacher can answer nor the parents can answer. Basic question of human life is what? क्यों जीना है, कैसे जीना है? Why to live and how to live. These are the 2 questions. Who will answer these 2 questions to children? Who will answer? Neither teachers want to answer this, nor parents want to answer this, because we have never got the answers. We have never got the answers. Right, so what they did is they took out life education from our syllabus. The second thing they took out is financial education. Today, most of the children after graduation, they earn lakhs of rupees, but they don't know how to use the money. They know how to earn money, but they don't know how to use the money. When they don't know how to use the money, then they end up in a lot of problems today. See, look at all the problems today, they are because they don't know how to spend money. You tell me which school or college will teach them how to spend money. Parents, wake up. You need to teach your children how to spend money. Earning money, the school and college will teach. But parent has to teach how to spend money. What is money? How important it is. Clear? So this is the second part. And the third important thing they removed is health education. So today our education system does not talk much about health. Right? So life education, financial education, and health education. These are the 3 things which school and the parents together you have to do it. You can't leave this to only school. You can't say like only school should do. I have paid them fees, let them do it. No, no, no. You have to, because you have to teach your children life. So three things: life education, financial education, and health education. All the three things you have to teach. You like it, you don't like it, that's a different aspect, but you need to do it. And unless you do it, don't expect your children to become extraordinary in the future world. Future world is going to be very tough, my dear friends, very tough. Right? You can't expect same thing, whatever is happening now, post-corona. Because post-corona, a lot of changes are happening. Like, because see, we never thought that we'll talk internet, online. But today you are somewhere, I am somewhere, and we are talking. If corona was not there, if school introduced this, how many of you would have come into this? You would have never come. You would have said, no, not required. One, India. Human touch. Now it is a human touch. So please understand, change is happening, and if you don't change with the change, change will change. Change with the change, or else change will change. I'll just give you an example. What are the changes that are happening? If you go to Dubai, we see cricket, a 2020 match cricket. Right? Cricket match is one thing which most of the Indians like. Can you imagine there is a stadium where all the audience will go and sit. All the audience will go sit. The spectators, those who watch live cricket match, they will all go and sit there. Then all the players also will come inside. All the doors will close of the stadium, and the whole stadium will go into the air. It will be in the sky. Then the match starts in the sky. They will play 2020 match. Once the match is over, the stadium, that they will come down. It will come down to the ground. Then everybody will go back. Can you imagine this can happen? Very next year, 2021 or 22 maximum, it is going to happen in Dubai. So my children and your children are going to see that world. Are we ready for it? Okay, one more example I will give you. Manipal Hospital, Bangalore. They did research on what? Cancer patients. They wanted to do research on the cancer patients. Okay, so what they did is, they called best doctors from all over the country to Manipal Hospital. Who are these people? They are all oncologists. That is, they are specialized in cancer treatment. Right? They all came to Bangalore. They were in Manipal Hospital. Okay, and 638 patients were called. 638 patients were called. Right? They all came to Manipal. There was one doctor who came from US, Dr. Watson. Dr. Watson antedi US ninda bandu. He is also a specialist in cancer identification, okay, and treatment also. So he came from US, and all our best cancer specialists, they came to Manipal, and there were 638 patients who are to be checked. Okay, then since Dr. Watson is considered to be an expert, he was also given an option, and all our doctors were also given an option to check. Right? All our doctors were given an option. They took some time, they started checking the patients. Our regular doctors from India, they took 40 minutes to diagnose a patient that he is a cancer patient. 40 minutes they took. Okay, and that is after analyzing all the, reports of the blood reports, this report, that report, every report, they finalized 40 minutes they took to find out that this patient is cancer driven, and he will be, he is in this stage now, and he will be having, if he is not treated, he will die within so many days, so he has to be treated, and this is the treatment. So in 40 minutes they could give. This is what a regular doctor did. But Dr. Watson, who came from America, he did the same thing in 40 seconds. Can you imagine, my dear friends? Dr. Watson did it in 40 seconds, whereas our regular doctors, they did it in 40 minutes. And who is this Dr. Watson? Dr. Watson is a machine. Dr. Watson is a machine. It is a combination of nanotechnology, biotechnology and artificial intelligence. The combination of this is a robot. And this robot can identify a diagnose a patient as a cancer patient, and it will also tell in how many days he is going to die, what stage of cancer he is, then they complete it. In 40 seconds, that machine gave us back. But whereas a human doctor took 40 minutes. If this is happening in 2020, my dear friends, if your son is, say, in 5th standard or 6th standard, and he will come for in higher studies when after 10 years, what is going to be medical industry in 10 years? In 10 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ medical industry ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, and are you preparing your children for that? Or you are dreaming that my son will become a doctor. You are only having that dream, my son will become a doctor, and you are ready, thinking of only that. So score well, score 90%, score 100%, then you'll get CET results, then you'll get good entrance exam results, then you'll get good admission in good college, then you'll become a doctor. If you are having only this dream, that dream collapses now. Because after 10 years, the medical institutions are going to be different. I may be wrong, but I am 100% sure this will happen. And doctors will assist machines now. You may ask me, sir, how it is possible? Hey, human doctors are working on the database. Database ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಹಳೆ experience, all old experience of how many patients they have treated, that is in the memory. At the same time, all the reports. This machine, it is having memory of 1,50,000 patients. And it has a memory of 15 lakh pages of medical history. And combination of that, it gives a result in 40 seconds. So 10 years down the line, machines are going to take. You may not like it, but my dear friends, we are in that generation now. You keep on telling generation gap, generation gap, generation gap. Today you are discouraging your children from seeing laptop and mobile. Right? Just 1 year back you said no laptop, no mobile. But today, why are you not on laptop? Why are you not on mobile? Sit for the class. Just in 1 year, Corona, जोर के झटका जोर से, it has come back. Right? You are made it compulsory to sit for the classes online now. So just 1 year, so many things have changed. Can you understand? In next 10 years, what changes are going to happen? And are you ready for it? It is not that just you put them for a good school and you forget. इसमें नहीं होने वाला है. You have to be very cautious and understand what is the future that is going to happen. So unless you understand what is the future, okay, my dear friends, you are not making your children ready for the future. Please understand, I think in one of my YouTube videos, I have said this, okay, there are 4 transformations. Okay, you have to listen to that. Go to my YouTube video and see my video also there. But let me tell you something. In our time, my time and your time, because I know your children are of my children's age only now. They must be between 5 years to 15 years, somewhere there, because you are in a school. In our times, my dear friends, all parents, please understand, the influencing factors on our life, हमारे जीवन के ऊपर जो प्रभाव होता था, whatever is the influence, ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಬೀರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, there were 4 things that were influencing. The first one was parents. Second was teachers. Third was friends. And fourth was media. These were the 4 influencing factors in our life. My life and your life. First one was parents. Whatever parents said, that was the rule for us. We never argued. We said, do it means do it. We may not like it, but you don't want to disrespect parents. You felt what he says is right, let me do it. Sometimes we cried, but still we did. Because parents were God for us. That was the influence. The second influence was teachers. Why teachers was influence for us? Because our parents believed in teachers. And parents always say, whatever your teacher says, do it. Remember your old days. Do it. Don't think of anything else. And if teacher gives a complaint, parents used to permit him to hit us. Today you don't want to permit any teacher for that. But our days, it happened like where parents used to permit teachers to hit them, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೊಡೀರಿ ಬಡೀರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಕಲಿಸ್ರಿ. ನೀವು ಉಡ್ಯಾಗ ಹಾಕಿರಿ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಮಾಡಿ. This was the trend that time when we were studying. Right? Second was parents, teachers. Third was friends. Because friends never influenced our career. You look at your own olden days in school days, nobody influenced your career. Right? We only enjoyed, gunda adodu, gilli dandu adodu, right? Mangyarata adodu, all this play was, our adventure was with the friends. You remember your old days. And the last one was media. That is Doordarshan TV. Right? So every Friday or Chitrahara we used to see, if I remember right. Right? Then Ramayana Mahabharata had come. We used to see Ramayana Mahabharata. Then one news, that is DD News, which we never wanted to see. We wanted before that or after that. That's the end of it. And I remember only at 6 o'clock in the evening the TV used to start. 6 to 9 o'clock. Those were the days. So media influence was only that much during that period. So 4 influencing factors in our time was parents, teachers, friends, then media. What is that? Parents, teachers, friends, and media. These were the 4 influencing factors. Now, the world has totally reversed. The first influencing factor is media today. Second is friends. Third is teachers. And fourth is parents. So we have come last in the list of parents. And don't say no to this. No, my children are totally different. Then you are acting. The first influence for any child today is media. They believe in media. Whatever happens in YouTube, whatever happens in TV, whatever happens in internet, that is true for them. ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಬಹಳ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ಗಪ್ಪುತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇರೆ ನಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇರೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಹೌದಾ? आपका टाइम अलग था, हमारा टाइम अलग है, हम इंटरनेट चाहिए हमको. And if there is no, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಕಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. Can you understand? The whole segment has changed. So now the influence back to media first, then teachers, then media first, then friends. ಏನಾದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಹಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡೋ, ನೀ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಏನ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಕೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. I ask my friend and tell. This is what they respond today. So second is friends, third is teachers, luckily. Right? And the last one is parents. ನಿಮಗೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು, you don't like this, but my dear friends, no option, you have to like it. ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಮುಂದೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಹೇಶ್ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತೀರಾ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ you expect us to do? Then my dear friends, we have to play the role of all three now. We should know media, we should become a good friend for our children, we should also become a good teacher. Then only our children are going to be our with us, otherwise they will not be with us. Please understand. So you should know about media. You can't say, illa namigella gottilla nange ashtukaste, I don't know media first. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಮೊಬೈಲ್, ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್, ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್, ಏನೇನಿದ್ದಾವೆ, you should have knowledge about it. No sir, I don't know. Then you sit for a course and learn it. Only have knowledge in reference to your children, then you can manage them. In kade a knowledge illa andre how do you manage your children? So have knowledge about media, have knowledge about friends, become a friend with your children today. They expect that. They don't want authority. They don't like a strict father today. They want a lovable form. And you understand with whom they can express their feelings. So, become a good friend. Third is, you should have enough knowledge to teach them also. You can't leave everything, you can't outsource it to the school. You can't say, Asha madam, I have given my child to your school, you take care. She will do to some extent, but remaining part you need to teach. The life education part you have to teach. Financial education you have to teach. Health education you have to teach. In school syllabus it doesn't come. They will try to do some one or the other thing by bringing in some faculties, guest faculties. But if they start doing only this, then your children will not cover the syllabus of CBSE. They have their own problems. So my dear parents, you have to become partner with the school and take some responsibility on yourself and remaining responsibility on the school. So both of you should work hand in hand, then bring out the best out of this child. Bring out the best out of this child. Otherwise, if you are depending only on the school, please understand they will not become successful. And if you hate school and if you think only you can do everything, then also they will not become successful. You have to become collaborative agreement with school and the parents so that together you can make a difference with the child. And the most beautiful thing that you need to teach a child today is teach him to be fearless. What Swami Vivekananda said, long back he said, the primary goal of education is to make children fearless. Ask your children now whether they are fearless. Forget them. Are you fearless? You have gone through so much of education. Are you fearless as of today? And look at all the successful people who are doing extraordinary work, whether they have gone to school or they have not gone to school, right? Those fearless people are making a change in the world. Whether negatively or positively, I am talking of terrorists also, a great social worker also. Both are okay. But what is the strength in them? They are fearless. So, to make these children fearless, what are you doing? I am asking only parents. School will cover the syllabus. They may do some NCC, some work because so much of tight syllabus and all, very difficult to do it, whichever school it is. But as a parent, last 1 year, you had full time with children. Did you do something where you made your children fearless? In fact, we all added one more fear of Corona in them. Don't go out, Corona. Don't go out here, Corona. Right? So all of you together, did you do anything last 8 months? What is that one effort you have put to make your children fearless? Ask yourself this question. Last 1 year, how many books you have read? Apart from your work, whatever work you are doing, last 1 year, related to your children. If you are not interested, who else will be interested? Ask yourself this question. Ask yourself this. Who else will be interested in your children? And never ever doubt the potential of your child. Right? Your potential of your child is enormous. Enormous. You can't really question it. Only we limit it because we have a limited thoughts, limited feelings, limited experiences. We try to measure our child with that. So please understand, my dear friends, nature is a very good teacher. Nature is a very good teacher. And in nature, lot of things are being taught. Okay, last time I think when I came to your school, I was referring this. There is a bird called God-winged bird. Name of the bird is God-winged bird. This bird stays in Alaska. Alaska is a state in the United States of America. ಆ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ದಂಡೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಏನ್ ಗಾಡ್-ವಿಂಗ್ಡ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ. Okay, they stay in a family very big. Go to internet today and type God-winged bird. G-O-D, God, W-I-T, winged bird. Right? Then you can see a lot of things. Don't do it now because I know you have a mobile site and you start doing that, you will leave me. Okay, so continue with me please. But then you see, bird with bird you see. This bird stays in Alaska on the beaches of the sea lake. Okay, ಆ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ದಂಡೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. I don't know on one particular day how they communicate to each other. Okay, all of them together they take off. They start flying. Tuck, 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 tuck. They start moving up. And all of them together they fly, okay, to such a height. They don't have any Google Maps, they don't have any mobile, they don't have any location map or anything. They fly, and finally come and land in New Zealand after 8.5 days. How many days? 8.5 days. Days and nights together. It's not that they fly and again they come down, take rest and go. That is human attitude. Right? Getting tired and getting bored is only, these are the two words used by only human beings. Nobody else uses it. Have you seen any tree saying, I'm very tired? You go to any banana plant and talk to banana plant, then banana plant will tell you, no, I am very good. That's why no bananas this year. It will tell like that. These are the two dangerous words used by human beings. That is, I am tired, I am bored. Right? So, this God with bird, no tired, no bored. Like it is in the sky all the time. Okay? Flying. 8.5 days and nights. No rest, no food. It flies, finally lands in New Zealand on 8 days or 8.5 days. Right? Sometimes if climate is good, they end up in the 7th day also. Right, and the total distance between Alaska and New Zealand, these are the places, is 13,000 kilometers. 13,000 kilometers. 13,000 kilometers. 8.5 ದಿವಸ ಊಟ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ತವೆ ಬಂದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. When they land in New Zealand, they will never tell to each other, yaar bahut tired ho gaya. ನಾವು ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಮೈಕೈ ನೋವು ಆಗತ್ತೈತಿ, ಸಾಕಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೈತಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾಳೆ ರಜಾ ಹಾಕತ್ತೀನಿ. God with bird will never say that. Okay, my question is, उतना छोटा पंछी में इतना बड़ा एनर्जी डाला है कौन? भगवान. और हम में और आप में कितना बड़ा एनर्जी डाला होगा? He has put a wonderful software in that particular bird. Again, what God with bird can do, no other birds can do. What God with bird can do you think any other bird can do that? 13,000 kilometers at once they can try, whether that crow can do or our sparrow can do. No other bird can do that. Only God with bird is put that software and it manifests its software and it does it and it enjoys it. It never gets tired and bored. So if God is so generous to put a software like that in that particular bird, don't you think He has put a wonderful software in me also and in you also and in your children also? How much time you have spent in finding out your children's software? I know this is your hardware. Right? Both of your husband and wife, you are very proud when your child is born because you bought out a hardware. But God has put a software in it. Your work is to find out that software and tell that child, hey, this is your software. Help that child with good education, good environment, good exposure, find out its software. That is the purpose of education. That is the role of parents and teachers. 3 things. What is that? Education, environment, exposure. Give all these 3 things so that the best software manifests. If that small little bird has that, it is a small crow-like bird with long beak because it eats fish. It has a software like that. So maybe my son, my daughter, who is around you now, okay, look at your daughter and look at your son and start thinking, what software must be there in my child? Don't take this only as a theory class and advise somebody else. Most of the people do that. They will take this down and they will write down and then start advising others. First is find out your software. If you are not happy today, parents, if you are not happy today in spite of drawing a good salary, that means You are not doing something which is related to your software. That's why you are an unhappy person. You may be having 50,000 rupees salary, but still you are unhappy because your software is something else, you are doing something else. And today in this world, 92% of the people are unhappy because they are not doing what they wanted to do. You may be a wonderful artist, but today you have become a housewife. So when you are washing utensils, you will be doing art there. Dissatisfaction. Can you understand? So if there is a mismatch, then they are unhappy. So my question to you is whether you want your children to be happy or unhappy. If you think my child should be happy, then help him to find out his software. That is your primary goal. There is one more bird, small little bird. It is called weaver bird. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೀಜ್ಗ ಅಂತಾರೆ. Weaver bird. This small little sparrow, colorful sparrow, go to internet and check this also. Weaver bird. Right, small little bird. Okay, it'll on one season, it'll look into the ground everywhere it looks, and it flies. It'll go. Then it'll pick up the right grass. ಏನು ಹುಲ್ಲು ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹುಲ್ಲನ್ನ ಎತ್ತುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಎತ್ತಿಂದ ಬೀಕ್ನಿಂದ ಅದ್ರ ಚುಂಚಿನಿಂದ ಎತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. It picks up the right grass, and it is such a wonderful engineer. It knows what is the length of the grass, strength of the grass, tenacity of the grass, and it picks up that and brings it. Even an engineer who has learnt in engineering college may do mistake, but this bird will not be a mistake. It brings that grass, then it looks for a tick of the tree. Okay, on a branch of the tree which is oscillating, which is not static, because this bird knows physics. Because if it brings a nest under something which is static, it keeps on coming and going out, so it will break because friction is more. It understands physics without going to a physics class. So it looks for something which is oscillating near water, it brings it and makes a knot. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಗಂಟು ಕಟ್ತೈತದು. ಏನು ಇದರಿಂದ ಆ ಹುಲ್ಲಿನಿಂದ ಅದು ಗಂಟು ಕಟ್ತೈತಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಗಂಟು ಕಟ್ಟುವುದನ್ನ ಕಲಿಸಿದವರು ಯಾರು? Who taught this small little bird how to tie a knot? Did it go to any school or college? Or 1 week certificate course in grunt hacking or tying a knot? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅದು? It is, that software is inside here. It's already there. ಅದು ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಲೇ ಇದೆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್. ಅದು it is manifesting that software. It ties, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೂಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Then it goes inside, lays an egg and gives that worm. Then the small little baby is born. When that baby comes out, it has not seen how its mother has built that nest, but when it grows up, it will also build the same nest because the software is inside. That's why, my dear friends, you can't see any plant, anything other than human beings, you can't see them in tension. Have you seen any mango tree in tension? Have you seen any animal in tension except a dog? Dog is spoiled because of us. Right? Because it stays with the human beings, it is already spoiled. It starts acting like human beings only now. But can you see any of the plant or any of the trees being in tension anytime? Unhappy? In nature, everything is beautiful because mango tree is giving mango. Banana plant is giving banana. Tamarind tree is giving tamarind. Okay? Lion is roaring. The deer is running. It is doing all of them, they are doing what they are meant to be. They are just manifesting their software. Human beings have failed in this. We have not manifested our software. That's why, in spite of your job, in spite of your business, in spite of your big house, big car, big mobile, right? Then big, kitchen, where food is not cooked. Okay, all these good things, big sari or not big sari, good sari, costly sari, okay, wonderful goggles, man is not happy. Because he is not doing what he wanted to do. That's all. So parents, my only request, I can only request, as a parent, I am requesting one more parent. Can you help your child to bring him manifest the software that is within. And that is the role of school and parents. Both of you together should manifest the software which is there inside the child. Then it is called education. And this is what Swami Vivekananda said long back. He said, education is manifestation of perfection which is already in human beings. ಆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಲ್ಲಿ ಹುದುಗಿದ ಅಪಾರವಾದ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತೆಗೆಯೋ ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಇವತ್ತು? We are not trying to bring out anything. We are only trying to put something inside and ask them to give it back in exams and give them certificates. All of us are interested in money, exam and certificate. We are not interested in that human being. So when a real parent, actually now what palakuru ante, real parent, when you become interested in children and their software, then the full dimension of parenting is that you are always putting blame on society. Somebody audio is too much.
I request parents to pay off the mic, mute it, please. Yeah, thank you.
So, the primary goal of education is what? To manifest that software from within. And if parents, if you don't take care of this, you are becoming victim of what you are. We are all victim of that education system. When you want your children to become victim of this education system. That's it. The primary goal of all parents have become one thing is, they want to make their children money-making machine. ದುಡ್ಡು ಗಳಿಸುವ ಯಂತ್ರಗಳನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಕುಂತೇವೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆಗ್ತವೆ. They will become money-making machines. Later on, don't expect emotions from them. ಇವತ್ತು ಬಹಳ ಮಂದಿ ಪಾಲಕರು ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಏನಂತೇಳಿ, ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ನಾನು ಏನಂತೇಳಿ, ನೀವೇನು you should not go abroad. Your parents are here in India and you left them in Anath Ashram and you are going abroad and you are enjoying there, your parents are suffering. What kind of people you are? You need to understand your parents system. ನಾನು ಚಿರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. Then one of the boy came one day. ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗ ಬಂದು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ, because I travel throughout India to talk to people. One boy came and told me, right sir, if that was the case sir, why did they educate me so much? Why they had so much dreams on me? I would have stayed back with them. They always rejoiced me going abroad and they always told it to their relatives that their son is abroad. And today, when I am doing well abroad, right, they expect me to come back. How it is possible? Why don't you be practical? And why do you speak like that? He told me that. From that day I realized, we only made them like that and today we are blaming them like that. So my dear parents, become responsible. Parenting is not art, science or anything, it is just a responsibility. It's a responsibility. Can you understand? So if you can understand this responsibility and make a difference with their life, beautiful thing. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇವೆ. So let me sum up. Madam, how much time I have? I have 10 minutes more probably. I have 5 minutes more, madam. How it is? Not able to hear you.
Sir, you have 20 minutes.
Okay, right. So let me conclude whatever I have said. Okay, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ದಿವಸ ಬಹಳ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೂ ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. Let me be very clear. Okay, so one thing is, we had a Gurukul system of education ಮೊದಲಿತ್ತು. ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. But that was a different system. Okay, later on, English system of education came, where they killed 3 things. Very important things is, one is risk-taking ability, second is understanding, third is questioning. ಮೂರನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಇಂದ ಏನ್ ಕಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್, Third one is health education. Today you look at these three things: life, finance, health. Neither the school covers this nor the parents cover this. And look at all your youngsters who are already working. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರದ್ದು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿದಾವ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಐದರ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ವಿತ್ ದರ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್, or they have maximum problem with their finance, or they have problem with their life. ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಜಗಳ, financial relationship, adu idu emotional problems. So these are the three areas every youth is facing today who is a working executive. I am talking of 22 to 35 people, that age group people. They are all facing this problem. Their problem is either with the finance, either with the health, or else it will be with life, relationships. These three areas who is going to touch? ಯಾರು ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋರು ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋ. Parents are expecting that this should be done by school, and school says we have a lot of syllabus, we can't touch this because this is out of syllabus. But whole life is going to depend on these three things. Who is going to become responsible for this? So please look into these three dimensions: life education, financial education, and health education. Then future is not going to be the way we see it. Future is going to be totally different. But if you are not upgraded, in the future, my dear friends, you will not prepare your children for the future. Be very clear on that. With the present mindset, if you want to prepare your children for the future, not possible. As a parent, you should know what is the future. And if you are not aware of it, that cost of ignorance is too high. Too high. By the time your son becomes PUC second year, the whole thought process, the new type of jobs would have come, new type of, see, that change is happening. Now, when we were children, we used to have bun, you know, bun, 25 paisa, bun. Howda? Adinna 25 paisa tagondu, we used to dip it in, chai and have it. And I loved dipping it in milk. It was so nice, it was mouthful when we eat it. Okay, bun, that is 25 paisa. Today, same bun, 25 paisa up, one bun up, one more bun down, in between some bhaji, then one leaf. They put together some sauce inside and bring it in a plate, and this is 169 rupees. And they name it as burger. ಎರಡು ಬನ್ನು, ಆಲೂಗಡ್ಡೆ ಪಲ್ಯ, ಬಾಜು ಬಂದು ಎಲಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಷ್ಟ, ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಹಳ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಕನ್ನಡದಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಬನ್ನು, ಆಲೂಗಡ್ಡೆ ಪಲ್ಯ, ಒಂದು ನಡುಕೆ ಎಲಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಅದು ಎಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಒಂದು ಸೊಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಅದು ಕೊಟ್ರೆ 169 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಬೈರು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ವ ನಾವು. 169 ರೂಪಾಯಿ, 69 ರೂಪಾಯಿ, 70 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. ಸರ್, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಚೇಂಜ್. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಚಾ ಕುಡಿಯಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ used to have all the tiffin and finally order for tea. Tea was the last thing for us, and that's by two. But today, tea, coffee day, tea is important. Rest all aside. ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ tea is very important. 1 hour they will see it, they will not even drink it. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಯಸ್ಸಾದವರಿಗೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ we miss this chance na. We miss this chance. But today, if you look at any girl or a boy sitting in a, coffee day restaurant, okay, one tea bowl and ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಲವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಬರೀರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಲವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊತಾ ನೀನ್ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡು, ನಾನ್ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 1 hour they spent. Do you think they charge for the tea? No, they don't charge for the tea. They charge for the time they spend there, and they make them to spend more time. ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಾ 200 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 300 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಚಾ ಕುಡಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಾ? ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ see, this change is happening. So please understand, change is happening. ಮುಂದೆನೇ ಇದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 6 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 5 rupees or 6 rupees ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದು ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಶೋಗೆ ಬಾಳೆ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಒಬ್ಬರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ದೆನ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಜಿಗದಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡವರು. Today same film ticket is 400 rupees. ಅದು ಚಲೋ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು 4 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ನಾವು ಚಲೋ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ನೆನಪೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ನಮ್ದಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಶರ್ಟ್ ಗಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು ತೂರಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಬಟ್ ಈಗ 400 rupees ಅದು ಮನೆಯವರು 4 ಜನ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ 2,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. You like popcorn, you don't like popcorn, that is a different aspect, but prestige issue, so keep popcorn at the side. However is the movie, but popcorn will be going inside. Right? And you eat so much of popcorn. Popcorn ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಗೊಂಜಾಳ ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ತಿಂತೇವೆ ನಾವು? ಗೊಂಜಾಳ ದನಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಟೀಜ್ ನೇ ಗೊಂಜಾಳ ತಿಂತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದನದ ಗತಿ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು. Can you understand? ಸರ್, ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೀರಿ, ಆತೈತಿ, ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ. ನಾವು ಪಾಲಕರಾದವ್ರು ಎಚ್ಚರ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೆ. Can you understand? ನಾವು ಎಚ್ಚರ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಆಗಾಗದ್ರಿ ಹೊಸ ಜಗತ್ ಹಿಂಗರಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಚಲೋ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊಸ ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಲೈಫ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮನೆಗೆ ಹಾವು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹಾವು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಚಿಕ್ಕಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಒದ್ರಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾವು ಬಂದೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಹೋಗಿ ಉದ್ದಿನ ಗಂಟಿ ತಗೊಂಬಂದು ಬಾ ನಗಪ್ಪ ಬಂದಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಅನ್ನೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್. ಓಡಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಓಡಾಡಿ ಕುಂದಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಚಿರಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆಯವರು ಓಡಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನಾತ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಾವು ಬಂದಿರ್ತದೆ, ನೀವು ಅಂಜಾಕೋಬಿಡ್ರಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಾ ನೀವು ಒಳಗಾದ್ರೆ ಬರುವುಲ್ಲ ಅವ ದೋಸ್ತವ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡುದಿಲ್ಲ ಬರಬಾ ಬರುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದನೇ ಅಡ್ವರ್ತಾನ. ಇದು ನಮ್ ದೋಸ್ತಿ. ಏನೇ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್? ಸೊ ಅದು ನಿಂದಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹಾವು ಹಿಡಿಯೋ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಾವು ಹಿಡಿಯೋ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಷ್ಟು ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಬಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅವ್ ಬರೋ ರೀತಿನ ಬಾರಿ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತಾನ. ಬಂದ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಗಪ್ ಕುಂದ್ರಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಆ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಕುಂದ್ರಿ ಬಂದ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಏನೋ ಕಟ್ಗಿನ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ ಕೈಯಾಗಿ ಹಿಡಿತಾನೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸೋ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಹಿಮ್. ನಾವ ಹಾವು ಹಿಡಿಯೋದಾಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಲ್ಫಿ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ? ಅದು ನಮ್ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ನ ಹಾಕುದು, ನಾವು ಹಾವು ಹಿಡಿದವ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹುಚ್ಚತನ ಹಿಡಿದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜಗತ್ತು. ಹೌದೈತಾ? ಮುಂದೆ ಹಾವು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನು ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ನನಗೆ ಹಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಂಚಿಕ್ ಬಂತು. ಎದಕ್ಕೆ? ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಭಾರಿ ಫುಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಹಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಎಲ್ಲೈತದ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಹಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸ ತೊಂಬಾರ ನೀನ್ ಕಾಯಕತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಒಂದೇ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಅವ ಹಾವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾನ. ಈ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ನೇಕ್, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಏನೇ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ದೆನ್ ಯು ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಲೋ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ಲೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಯ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರು ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀರಾಗ ಏನ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರು ನೀರನ್ನು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಂಜಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ ಅದರಿಂದ ಅಂಜುತ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕಾರ್ ಹೊಡ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಕಾರ್ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಂಜಾಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಕಾರ್. ಬಟ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಕಾರ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್, ಜೀವನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸುಖ ಐತಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಐತಿ. ನಿಮ್ ಮನೆಯಾಗೂ ಹಂಗೆ. ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಜಮಾನ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನೋ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ವೈಫ್, there is lot of joy. Problem with you is you don't want to understand her. ಹೌದಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ there is no joy in family. Like that, if you understand your child, then there is lot of joy. ಏನಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ, ಇವನು ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಏನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್, what is that he is looking for, what may be inside him, what is special about him, what is so unique about him, how can I identify? ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಇಂಕ್ವಿಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇದ್ರೆ you are very happy. Instead of that, if you start comparing him, ರಾಜು ನೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಇದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ, ಅವನು 90% ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ನೀ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, then you are not understanding. You are only comparing and competing. So don't compare and compete your children with anybody else. If at all comparison is required, competition required, ಅವನ ಜೊತೆ ಅವನದೇ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್, ಅವನದೇ ಕಾಂಪಿಟಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Every day should go, every day should be plus. Then life becomes beautiful. Okay, so my dear friends, like my request is, understand it and understand the future, then try to fit them. Okay, ಅವ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಐತಿ, ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಹುಡುಕ್ ತೆಗೀರಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಡೂ. ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಮ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಲವ್ ದಮ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲವ್? ಸರ್, ಲವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, love is such a thing where there are no complaints. ಏನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲವ್, ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಲವ್. ಸೊ ಲವ್ ದಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್, ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಮ್, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ then you know like, hey, this boy is going to make a difference. So when you understand this part of it, beautiful things. Yeah. So with this, I request all of you, be a good parent. One responsibility we have, it's a divine work, not a small work, and see that you love your children the most. And next time, when I come back to you to talk, I'll talk on emotional aspects. Okay? We have to learn. Together we have. Don't think that it is a responsibility of the school and you stop. Need. Okay? And it is your school. Angadi school is your school because you trust them. You have to take care of them also. If school is not happy with its whatever it is, then they can't give what they wanted to give. So make them also happy, whatever. Right? So come together, parents and teachers at the school, together manifest the best out of the child. And child will become the best. Yeah? So more to you on next. And if you want to listen to me more, go to my YouTube channel. It is there, Mahesh Masal, MAHESH, MASAL. Okay, and you can see my photo, not with beard. Okay, a smart guy is there. Okay, go click subscribe it and you can listen to more of my videos. Okay, then that will make a sense. So, wishing you all the best. Madam, thank you so much. Of course, my only feedback is June was better. Where I can see a lot of faces. Here I can see only 3 faces and only some of the heads also. Right? So, this is my feedback, but otherwise I enjoyed. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. All the parents, all the best. Take care. Love you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for the parenting tips and enlightening each one of us. And I'm sure that parents have learned so many beautiful tips you have told. Each parents have to teach life, health and finance education. It is each parent's duty, and very wonderful message what you have given. Never compare with any students. This all parents have to learn. We never compare any child. Never underestimate your child also. Because what sir said, each student have enormous potentiality. And that software what sir has told us, we need to find out. And very good message. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Madam, I'll share one experience and close it. Because
Yes, definitely, sir. Definitely.
I have 5-7 minutes more.
Yes,
Right, I'll just share one more
Go ahead, sir.
experience.
Go ahead.
What my dad did with me. Okay, I'll just share that.
Okay.
Okay. When I completed my PUC, okay, I had scored 40%. PUC science. Okay, this is my background because you need to know the background also. Then you'll be proud of your children because all your children are more than 40%. Clear? Okay, see, I scored 40% in PUC science and 30 in mathematics, almost failed, but God's grace is always there on me and He passed me. Right? So, this is what, and today I have failed, almost failed in PUC, but today I have 10 colleges and I have a PUC college also. I am the chairman of it. Oh, please understand, life is not what is happening now. It is what is prepared now. Yeah? Yes. Okay. So I'll just tell you one experience. When I scored very less, I came with that marks card to my home. My father was, he expired, just 3 months back he expired. Okay. That's why I feel very heavy in my heart because Suresh Angi sir also went and father also went at the same time. Okay. A lot of mentors in my life, they passed away. Okay. But still, when I got this marks card, I went home and I thought my dad would scold me. Because he's a professor, after all, a professor's son scoring 14 science, what must be his state of mind? Then I gave him that marks card, then I thought that he is going to blast me like a bird. First only, he is a very strict person. And I was very afraid of meeting him. And moreover, since I had studied in Science School, Vijaypur, I didn't have much touch also with him. I was afraid of him, that's all. When I gave him the marks card and I stood like this, he saw it and he kept it in the side. Then I thought he will not even scold me, he'll hit me. But look at this, how nicely he said to them. That's why it is deep in my head. He said, Maybe science is difficult for you, or you are not interested in science. If you want to change the line, you change. You are good, but maybe you are not interested in science. Look at the message. This is the first thing, right? Then I thought this is the end of it, but what he did is, he took me and my sister. My sister also completed PUC same time, and both of us, he took us to Bangalore. Okay, and that was the first visit to Bangalore for me. First visit. Okay, and I have never seen such big buildings. Okay, very big. We went to that Sheetal Lodge in Anandrao Circle in Bangalore. Very famous that time. Okay, and when we went there, there was a lift, and I went into lift for the first time. Clear? Because I studied in science school, so I didn't have all this exposure. So when we went into the room, it was fantastic. Fantastic room. Very well, furnished. Okay, and bathroom was very good. I had never seen a commode in my life. I saw commode for the first time. I didn't know how to sit on it. These were all the experiences, right? So when we completed that evening at Bangalore, he took us to Anandrao Circle, that Gandhi Nagar, we walked, and roadside those people, vendors, they give dosa and all, he took us there. Okay, then he asked me, what do you want to have? I said dosa. Dosa is favorite for any child, that time, right? So we said dosa, and that fellow prepared dosa and gave it. I took the plate, and he came, and we had it. Okay, lot of auto drivers were there, lot of people were there, lot of rush was there. We had those. Came back to the room. Then he asked me one question. How did you feel? He asked me, how did you feel? I said, very good. Dosa was very good. Then he said, how did you feel about the environment? Right? Dosa was good, but everything was dirty, water was dirty. And when we washed our hand, we did it like this. Right? That was how it is. So he asked me only that question. This was the feedback, and we slept. Next day morning, 9 o'clock, he got an auto, and we got ready, and we went to Hotel Ashoka. Right? So when we entered Ashoka, that watchman gave me a salute. I felt out of the world. Somebody saluting me. Then when we went inside that hotel, somebody opened the door for us. So nice feeling. Then when I was about to sit on the chair, somebody took out my chair and helped me to sit. He didn't ask us anything. See, my lesson from my father. All fathers, this will be helpful. Then that whole hotel was surrounded by all politicians, some film stars. Early morning, 9 o'clock, everybody used to come there, and he knew most of them. He used to say hi, hello, everything. Then me and my sister were looking here and there. See that fellow, Dharavi, this fellow film actor, all this was there in the mat. He had already ordered for dosa. And dosa came, and that fellow kept. Now the problem for me is how to eat it. The roadside somehow we ate. Here everybody is eating with a spoon. And the dosa was very brittle. Karum kurum ittadu hang tinbekanu namge gottagoytu. Gottaita ellaru vada nodati spoon I tried, but it is not happening. Then he said, you have it the way you want it. We had it. Then we came back. Then took an auto, came back to Sheetal Lodge. Then he again asked me, how did you feel now? I said, Dad, fantastic. Appaji, ishtu chulo itri, yen maja utri, entanta janari avaru, bhari irtiti. Right? He said, yesterday nin hengittu. Ninninu chulo itri, but yen danigenu like idu hengittu. Fantastic bhari. Then he told me only one thing. Choice is yours. It's your life, choice is yours. Okay, yen martiya nodu. He taught me a life lesson like that. And I always felt I should be in that environment all the time. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಪಾಲಕರಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಬಹಳ ಬೀಜ ಹಾಕೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೊಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ, ಮೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫರ್ಟೈಲ್ and put some seeds. And those seeds will take its own time. They will not grow in 1 or 2, 3 days. They will grow, take their own time, sprout, then become a plant, then become a tree. So can you put 3, 4 seeds into your children's life? That is possible when you make that land fertile. First is, when you want to put a seed, understand this land is very fertile. Believe in that child and put a one seed. So that is how Mahesh has become. Today, I work with 64 companies. I have 10 institutions, right? I'm a failed student in this. Today I am well. Not because I'm a great person, because my dad has put beautiful seed in. Clear? So, wish you all the best. Take care, love you all. But put a wonderful seeds. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your wonderful experience, life experience we have given. And definitely parents have learned so much takeaway from your today's session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
madam.
Thank you for a wonderful session for our parents.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thanks. It's a pleasure. Right.
Now, dear parents, we have Dr. Nidhi Goyal Manvi with us. The pandemic has gripped the world by surprise and we are still in its clutches. Our only weapon we are all blessed with is our immunity. The efficiency of this divine weapon depends on our nutrition. Today, we have with us Dr. Nidhi Goyal Manvi, who has done extensive research in the field of nutrition and immunity. Dr. Manvi is completed Bachelor of Medicine and Postgraduate Diploma in Child Health. Dr. Manvi is a consultant pediatric intensivist at the Kelly's Hospital, Belgavi. Dr. Manvi is in the charge of the post-operating pediatric cardiac ICU. Dr. Manvi has over 8 national and international publications in reputed indexed journals to her credit. Dr. Manvi's passion to care for the sick, especially the little angels, has drawn her to this field. She has won the hearts of many and has saved many by her tender love and care. It is this passion that has brought her here to share her wisdom with us today, which is commendable at this young age. We are fortunate to have you with us, ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am. Over to you, Manvi ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful introduction.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, one and all. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible. And with us, just I would like to tell you that our director, Dr. Spurti Patil ma'am, is also here.
Yes.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
I welcome you for this session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Are the slides visible, ma'am?
Yes, everyone has to off the video and even the video also. Then only you can share, ma'am. I request everyone to off the video also. So only, yes, I too will, just 1 minute, ma'am, then you can share. I request each one of you off your video. Then only we will be able to see the screen. Please off the video. I request of Jatin Kambagi, please. It is, yes, we can see, ma'am. You can go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. To begin with, I would like to thank Dr. Spurti Patil, Director, and Mrs. Asha Rajput, Principal of Anle International School, for this talk. COVID-19 pandemic has been a leading challenge across the globe. It is very important to maintain a good nutritional status to build the immunity required to fight against the virus so that we are protected from this disease. First things first, as we are all aware of all the preventive measures which one needs to follow to flatten the curve and reduce the disease in the community, I would like to just re-emphasize on certain basic safety measures. Be healthy, be clean. We all know that we should maintain hygiene. As far as the virus is concerned, we know how it transmits, how it spreads. Then we should remain clean, disinfect the surfaces, the objects, the doorknobs, the handles, whichever we are handling, using disinfectants, sanitizers, and above all, we should maintain social distancing, which we have been following from past 8 to 10 months. And then we have the masks. Now today I am here to discuss about this specific entity on nutrition during pandemic. And in the next few minutes, I like to answer this question, what to eat during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I think I will be able to do justice, and rest the talk will hold for you. Now I want everybody to have a very close look at this pic. It looks like a very ordinary picture, but I'd like to highlight on few important points and components shown here. This is what we regularly have on a daily basis for breakfast in our home. And why is it important? I'll let you know in the next few minutes. So we'll take each component of this slide one by one. First, we'll take the eggs. Eggs can be consumed in any form, maybe boiled egg or omelette, or you have a bull's eye. And why is egg important is because egg contains high quantity of protein. When I mean that one egg gives us 6 grams of protein, but the superiority of the egg is in the fact that the quality of protein of egg is very superior as compared to the protein present in the other non-vegetarian sources of protein. The net protein utilization of egg is 100%. What do I mean with this is that if 6 grams of protein is present in an egg, and if we consume one egg, that means all the 6 grams of protein will be absorbed by the body, which is not in the other cases. The second component which we can see over here are the sprouts. Sprouts can be made from moong dal or you can make from kala chana. The main importance of consuming these sprouts is that again they are, in addition to rich source of proteins, they provide us with multivitamins, minerals and other micronutrients. Next we have boiled sauteed vegetables. In this pic you can see carrots and beans. So carrots, as you know, are rich in vitamin A, and along with vitamin A, there is lot of fiber in this. Now the old concept was that carbohydrates, fats and proteins are the only things which are main macronutrients. Now the fourth component which has been added recently is fiber, because it adds bulk to our diet. So for this reason, carrots are very important for our diet. Also we see beans. Beans again are rich source of protein as well as other vitamins and minerals. Just to add variety to this breakfast every day, instead of making it monotonous, we can also replace it with broccoli or sauteed mushrooms or baby corns. Now, the fourth component which we see are the nuts, that is almonds. Almonds are very much essential for us and very good for our health because first, they help to lower down the bad cholesterol for us, that is the LDL, the cholesterol which we don't need in our body in high quantity. They are rich in magnesium and vitamin E. They are bone building foods. And here as you can see, the almonds are soaked and peeled has been removed. The peel has been removed. So what is the advantage for removing the peel of the almond and consuming it is, as you all know that almonds have a hard and rough texture which makes it difficult to digest them. So soaking makes them soft and thereby improves its digestion as well as absorption. Now, the fifth component is what? Is it curd? Is it yogurt? No. Listen carefully. It is Greek yogurt. And how is it different from the normal yogurt? I'll tell you in the next few minutes. How is it made? So Greek yogurt is usually available in these supermarkets as small cups. It comes by Nestle company and some other companies also manufacture it. They come in different flavors. This is homemade yogurt. So it is made like we make curd in the home. Instead of putting the normal culture of curd, we put the culture of Greek yogurt. And then it is allowed to be kept for 6 to 8 hours. Once it is set, we put it in a muslin cloth so that the excess water which is present in it is drained off. So the water which is now collected down is also rich in whey protein. And this water can be used to make dough for your roti, chapatis and pulkas. It should not be wasted. It is not just waste. You should not throw it away. And the remaining part which you get is the thick concentrated Greek yogurt. Now what is the importance of consuming this Greek yogurt is that the protein content of this is the highest. It is 20 gram%. Whereas if we make, and another thing is that we should always make it from the full cream milk. Then only that protein content will be attained by our body. So in comparison, if we protein content is 20 gram%, and if we can compare it with the normal same amount of milk, it will give us just 3 gram% of protein. So that is the advantage of consuming this Greek yogurt, which will be concentrated. You will be able to consume it, whereas if somebody tells you to consume 500 ml of milk in one go, you will not be able to do so. First we can see the eggs, then the sprouts, then we have boiled vegetables, nuts and the Greek yogurt. Visible now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the next slide visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's on focus, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. You can continue.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now we will discuss what are the challenges we have faced and we are going to face during this pandemic. What are the benefits of eating nutritious, healthy, balanced diet? Lot of importance has been given recently to certain food items which are labeled as immunity boosters. We should keep our food as well as our living simple. And while preparing certain foods, what safety measures should be followed? This will be covered in my talk. Now just have a close look at this pic. This is a pic of a very cute little smiling child. Looking at this child, we think everything looks okay, except that the child is little malnourished. The child has thin sparse hair which are lusterless. Look at the arm of the child. It is very thin. This shows that the child is malnourished. So why is malnutrition important to be diagnosed? Is malnutrition is a medical condition where there is a deficiency of calories and proteins in children. Loss of calories can cause kwashiorkor, and loss of proteins leads to a condition called marasmus. Now to diagnose malnutrition, we should, when does this malnutrition occur? When there is deficiency of calories and proteins, and for that we should know what are the calorie and the protein requirement for the children. So usually calorie requirement for children is 100 kilocalories per kg per day for a 1-year-old child. So if suppose a 1-year-old child is 10 kg, then almost 1000 kilocalories per day is required. And with each advancing year, 100 kilocalories are added to it. So for a 2-year-old child, it will become 1100 kilocalories per day. For a 3-year-old child, it will become 1200 kilocalories, and so on and so forth. Same we have the protein requirement. Protein requirement can vary anywhere between 1 to 2 grams per kg per day. So suppose if a child weighs 30 kg, the minimum protein requirement for him will be 30 grams per day. And why is it important? Because if the child doesn't receive the sufficient calories and the proteins, ultimately in the long run he is going to suffer from malnutrition, and malnutrition can cause poor immunity and then make the child susceptible to more infections, and sometimes it can lead to complications, and both their growth and development can be affected because of this. Now, look at this very bright, colorful, vibrant picture full of colorful fruits and vegetables. This is the real health, and not just eating the multivitamin tablets. This is the essence of life. So according to the recommended authentic dietary guidelines, it suggests that we should eat at least 2 cups of fresh fruits every day. Of course, they can be eaten in divided portions, not in one go. At least 2 to 3 cups of fresh vegetables every day. Nuts and whole grains can be around 200 grams, that is around cup per day. Then poultry, that is eggs of different kinds, at least thrice a week, those who are vegetarians or non-vegetarians. And then red meat once a week. And we should, like for snacks, we should prefer eating fresh fruits and raw vegetables in the form of salads, rather than eating the foods which are high in sugar or salt or fat. That is your fried foods or your junk foods, your pizzas or your burgers. Now, next, water is very important. We should consume water in sufficient quantities. So what is recommended is that we should take at least 1.5 to 2 liters of water per day, which roughly comes to around 8 to 10 glasses per day. And what is the importance of drinking huge quantity of water is that it acts as a detox. It washes away the toxins from our body. Then it helps to prevent constipation. It acts as an immunity booster. It helps us to fight against the infections. And also it helps to reduce weight. And how does it help us to reduce weight is because it helps to increase our BMR, that is the basal metabolic rate, which helps us to burn the fat. And in that aspect, we help it to reduce weight, and also the craving will be less for food. Now, I will be discussing few vitamins and micronutrients in these few slides, which are important from COVID pandemic point of view. It has been found that vitamin A, 6, B12, C, D, zinc and iron are very important, and those people and children who are deficient in it are more likely to suffer from the infection, and serious implications can be caused because of that. So now how to suspect a micronutrient deficiency? First we'll go to vitamin A. So vitamin A deficiency we usually see in children dry skin. Not a normal dry skin, but a dryness to the extent that the skin appears cracked. It will be a toad-like skin. And then there will be dryness of the eyes. Child will have poor vision due to the evenings and nights, repeated throat and chest infections, poor growth, and once the child gets hurt, it takes a lot of time for the wounds to heal. So, to prevent this vitamin A deficiency, we should consume a lot of fruits and vegetables which are rich, and food items which are rich in vitamin A. So carrots, as we know, are a very rich source of vitamin A, and along with that, as you can see in this slide, broccoli, avocados, fish, spinach, they're all sources of vitamin A. So basically they tell that all orange and yellow colored fruits and vegetables are the ones which contain lot of vitamin A in them. Next we have the B, vitamin B6 and B12. B6 is usually a vitamin which is required for a healthy immune and nervous system. So if we have a child with back lip, sore lip and red tongue and frequent oral ulcers or some rashes in the body, we should suspect vitamin B deficiency. And B12, as we all know, is usually caused because B12 deficiency is caused because of the most common in vegetarians, because they don't have any food items which are vegetarian source of vitamin B12 is very limited. Non-vegetarian sources are sufficiently available. So B12 deficiency, usually we get anemia, we feel lethargic, easy fatigability. On doing little amount of work we feel tired and we want to take rest. Or they can present as body aches, reduced concentration, and it can sometimes even lead to depression. So to prevent this B deficiency, vitamin B deficiency, we should take the food items which are rich in B6 and B12. So B12 usually is present in meat, fish, milk, cheese and eggs, and B6 is mainly in avocados and your cereals and grains, almonds, as well as in broccoli. Now vitamin C. Vitamin C deficiency is manifested usually in children with gum bleeds. They have frequent gum, like a child will go to brush, and while brushing he will have blood stains in his spits. And the child can have nose bleeds, joint pain, and if the child falls, he will have marks or blue bruises everywhere. So this is usually caused because of the deficiency of vitamin C. So to prevent this, you should eat food items which are rich in vitamin C. As we all know, all citrus fruits like orange, amla, lemon, mosambi, they are all very rich sources of vitamin C. And along with that, we have tomatoes, kiwi, lemons, cherry tomatoes. They are all containing high quantity of vitamin C in them. So what I want to stress is that we should put more impact on our children on eating natural diet instead of substituting them with multivitamins and these other minerals. Because usually we see in our OPD practice, when parents nowadays come, they ask us, doctor, this pandemic is going on and we don't want our children to get exposed to it. How can we save our children from it? Do you suggest any multivitamin? Can we get something? So I always tell them that rather than giving these multivitamins and minerals, we should stress upon them to eat this, which children are usually not following. They are not listening nowadays to us. Now we have vitamin D. Vitamin D is the most important vitamin nowadays, and this deficiency is very commonly seen in children as well as adults. And the main reason behind this is that children nowadays, they spend most of their time indoors playing either board games or they are busy with their gadgets like mobiles, their laptops. They are wearing full sleeve clothes, they don't want to go out and we have been also restricting them since this pandemic has started, that you please stay indoors, don't go outside and play. So this is one of the reasons that vitamin D deficiency has of late become very common. And vitamin D deficiency usually manifests as child complaining of joint pains, bone pains, and it will be seen that the bones of the body will become soft, bending of bones can be there, child may suffer from frequent respiratory tract infections. And if it is deficient in huge amount, it can lead to severe deficiency which manifests as rickets in children and osteomalacia in adults. And rickets is nothing like the bones of the body become bent, they become weak and softened. So we should concentrate and ask our children to consume a diet which is rich in vitamin D. So vitamin D rich sources are the most common natural source which is free of cost available to us is sunlight. So we should stress upon our children that they should at least spend 30 to 40 minutes in the sunlight every day, either playing or sitting or reading. Then other vitamin D rich sources are eggs, cheese and mushrooms. So another micronutrient which is very important is zinc. Zinc deficiency can cause weakened immunity and make the child or the adult susceptible to repeated infections. It can lead to diarrhea, that is loose stools. Their hair may become thin, there may be a lot of hair fall and rashes can be seen. Child may have poor concentration or the child may present as irritable. So the food items which are rich in zinc are mainly red meat, oysters, that is your seafood, your poultry, that is eggs. Then in the vegetarian sources we have baked beans, chickpeas, and in nuts we, as you can see, have almonds and cashews. Now iron deficiency can lead to iron deficiency anemia again, which is presented as child becoming easily tired after playing for a little while, he wants to rest. Then he may have poor concentration, he may be irritable. So to prevent this deficiency, we should consume iron-rich foods like eggs, drumsticks, spinach, all green vegetables like methi, then your beans, and we have jaggery, raisins, in dry fruits we have raisins, apricots, then we have seafood and even green peas. Now this is a cartoon character which we see, it is Popeye, and it is usually shown that whenever this Popeye consumes spinach, he becomes very powerful. I think we should show this to all our children so that they start eating green leafy vegetables. Now a lot of importance has been given to the immunity boosters. And in the immunity boosters, one such is Kada. This is Kada. Kada is a herbal tea which is made from herbs and spices, which may include basil, tulsi, that is cinnamon, black pepper, dry ginger, turmeric. Along with this immunity boosters, if we regularly add ginger and garlic to our food items when we are preparing them, that also acts as an immunity booster. Now, what are the safety measures which we should follow during this pandemic? Is that we should wash all the fruits and the vegetables before consuming them. And some of the fruits and the vegetables which can be soaked overnight, like capsicums, oranges, apples, should be kept overnight in water and removed the next day. Then all the surfaces and the shelves where we are keeping our food items, cooked as well as raw, those surfaces and shelves should be cleaned thoroughly and disinfected. Raw and cooked food items should be kept separate. What happens in raw food items, there may be some microbes, some viruses, some bacteria, and if we keep them along with the cooked food which we are going to consume, then these microbes will get transferred to the cooked foods, and then if we consume them, we can contract the infection. So raw, at least we are going to wash them and eat, or we are going to cook them and eat, and then those microorganisms will get killed. Then do not overcook the vegetables, as it will lead to loss of micronutrients. Salt intake should be restricted, and we should prefer unsaturated fat over the saturated fat. Unsaturated fat means we should consume more of sunflower oil, olive oil, rather than consuming palm oil, ghee, butter. Now this is the slide. I think we should show all this to our children, although they are not going to agree with me, but this should be given to our children in very restricted quantity. Maybe once a month or once in a fortnight, but not more than that. Because these junk foods like pizzas, burgers, fries, cola, they are having high sugar content, high salt content, high fat content. And with this pandemic, as we are seeing more and more children and even adults, they are following a sedentary lifestyle. The routine totally is lost. They don't get up early in the morning. There is no schedule for them. Whenever they want, they do something. And then with this, it is leading to more and more of obesity. They are consuming these things, but the burning of the fat by consuming these things is not happening. So we should avoid and prevent our children from eating these things on a regular basis. So apart from diet and nutrition, one more thing which I want to stress upon is that we should maintain a healthy lifestyle, because if health is there, then only our future life is going to be secure for us, because health is wealth. So maintaining a healthy lifestyle, what do I mean with it is that we should have regularly 30 to 40 minutes of exercise every day, which can be in the form of running, jogging, skipping, swimming, although we are not preferring nowadays because of this pandemic. Then our children and even us, we can do meditation, yoga. All these should be stressed upon. And then apart from that, the most important component is the sleep. Sleep deprivation is a very important factor which can cause deleterious effects on our health. So it is recommended that in an adult at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and in a child at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep is required in a day. So with that, I like to conclude. I hope there are some take-home messages for everybody over here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your PPT presentation is really excellent. All the slides were too good, and we keep on telling, but during this pandemic, whenever even so many times we also ask the doctor what is please prescribe some immunity tablet. But you have given such a wonderful that the eating very healthy food is the solution for this facing whatever the challenge, what pandemic we are facing the challenge. Very good, ma'am. Thank you very much. And definitely, yes, all aspects, all the points you have covered, madam, including their exercise, the amount they have to sleep, how they have to, what type of the nutrition contents, what and how much quantity they have to take. You have told that also. Thank you very much, ma'am, for enlightening each one of us. And even I thank Mahesh Masaj Sirji. Thank you very much. I definitely today's both the session, many takeaways from us and all the parents. Once again, thank you. I extend my sincere thanks to Srimati Mangal Angdi ma'am, the chairman of Suresh Angdi Education Foundation. I thank Dr. Smriti Patil and Shraddha Shattar, Director of Suresh Angdi Education Foundation, and Sri Raju Joshi sir, Administrator of Suresh Angdi Education Foundation. I take the opportunity to thank all parents and my humble thanks to one and all. Thank you and namaste.